Hi everybody, welcome back. Me again, Eugene from CBS, Canadian Business and Enterprise Services. And today, following all our previous introductions and explanation about incorporation in Canada and how to start your business in Canada, Ontario, I would like to show you and explain you what positions or hats do we wear when we operate our own small business in Ontario, and how do they affect our position, our status, and our responsibilities and liabilities. So essentially there are three hats that any entrepreneur would be wearing, especially during the initial stages of the business development. So first hat is being a shareholder of a company. Second hat is being a director of a company, and the third one being an officer. Now all three are very important and completely different and distinct from each other. Being a shareholder of a company means that you own a portion in the ownership of that company. You do not own a company, you do not own the assets or equipment of that company, and that's, by the way, a mistake of many small business owners. They think that building is mine, that car is mine. No, it belongs to your company. Your company might 100% belong to you, and through your company you exercise your control over it, but it doesn't mean that those assets belong to you directly. Now, shareholders technically have only one effective means of control over a corporation, and that appointment of directors. A director in a corporation is being appointed by a shareholder. It's not supposed to be the same person. It could be anyone else. Usually in the smaller businesses is the same person. And director of a corporation is responsible for any strategic decision and general development of a company. Through that position, every single entrepreneur in the country obtains a full spectrum of liabilities and responsibilities for the operations of a corporation. Now, almost every single piece of legislation that this way or other affects our companies includes a specific provision for the liabilities and responsibilities of directors for the operations of a corporation. And the logic behind this is very simple. You are masterminds of your businesses. You make the decisions, and in most of the cases you also bring those decisions to life. So you are essentially responsible for the activities of a corporation by being directors of a corporation. Officers are being appointed by directors, and they're responsible for day-to-day operations. Again, doesn't have to be the same person, but in smaller businesses we are the officers of our corporations. So technically, legally, we are the shareholders, the directors, and the officers of our business, of our corporation, by which mean we completely avoid the limited liability protection, because being a director of corporation, we bear complete liability for the operations of corporation. We might avoid certain smaller debts that are not being guaranteed by us, but in today's reality, most of the loans, credits that you will take from banks, from larger suppliers, would be supported by your personal guarantee for those amounts owed. So limited liability in smaller corporation is mostly a fiction. It protects only our investment as shareholders into a company, but nothing else. Now, in larger corporation, being a director, it implies additional responsibility and liabilities that we must comply with. So by common law, every director of a corporation bears a fiduciary duty. It's a large word to include almost every single aspect of responsibility and acting in the best interest of a corporation by a director. So as a director, you must act in the best interest of a corporation. You cannot be positioned in a position of conflict of interest, so making decision where your personal interest is involved. You cannot act against the interest of corporation. You cannot breach non-solicitation, non-compete, non-disclosure, even if they are not included as a part of your agreement. Those responsibilities implied by the common law due to your position as a director of a corporation. So Understanding each of those positions and statuses is very important for us as business owners to properly manage our actions, to get prepared, to make sure that we implement proper procedures and policies to protect the business, to protect the employees, to comply with law. Because otherwise, each of us will be liable for the operations of the corporation. So thank you for watching. Please leave your questions in the section below, or more personal particular questions through the Contact Us page at our website, www.cbes.ca. I'm looking forward to see you back again. Subscribe to our channel. We will be posting more videos about operating your business, developing your business, different topics. So follow us, and thank you for being with us today.